What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Mastercrafted. Today we are having a little fun. We got the GT coming up this weekend, and we realized we hadn't done really anything about the new Black Templars, so we figured we would just pick on somebody who's bringing it this weekend. Somebody who probably hasn't seen much criticism in their life, and what lists they've brought to tournaments don't constantly get stared at. So who are we going to be going after today and giving maybe a little bit of shit just for fun? Phil, who are we doing that to?
So you may have heard of this individual. It's not just a Denver community thing. It is a US/global player, and we are fortunate enough to have him in our community, and he's one of the many fantastic players that we have here. His name's Ben Neals. He was runner-up this past year at LVO. He's an incredible 40K player, and he has decided that the new Black Templars Codex is spicy enough that he has decided to run them. So we're going to go over his list.
Yeah. I am very excited to, see Black Templars finally make their way into our tournament scene. I haven't got to see anybody run them yet. I know, Phil, it's been sitting on the back burner for you. You're just waiting. You're giving Death Guard their sunset ride before they just get absolutely pummeled and pushed down into the C tier. So, after this weekend, we'll likely see, your Black Templar make their introduction into the scene. But for now, we got Ben Neals bringing Black Templars. So what's Ben bringing, Phil?
Well, first and foremost, Ben is running Gladius. It's extremely good. Gladius is a fantastic detachment because it just makes all your units better, and it has access to some really fantastic strats for those that aren't aware that are super important. Most important one, Fight on Death. It's 2 CP. It's automatic. You don't even have to roll for it. It is so very good. The other, Advance and Charge, Fall Back and Charge, Fall Back and Shoot. All of those are fantastic, and you have a Doctrine that you can put your whole army in that. So you can put your whole army in Advance and Charge. It is so nice. There's some other combat ones, but overall, the detachment is so flexible, and I know that's why Ben really likes it, because it also has a reactive move in there too. We're talking about a way to make an army so much more efficient, just because of a detachment and how good it is. And no surprises here. That's what Ben's running.
Yeah, very good. I think the one last stratagem I want to talk about is in the right doctrine, you gain +1 AP and ignores cover for one of your units. And I keep thinking, what would I like to put that on? I know we haven't really gone through the list, but I'm just thinking, if there's a data sheet sticking out to you, Phil, what would you love just extra AP ignores cover on to just slap on something?
Maybe a Repulsor Executioner. I heard those are kind of good now. Black Templars, at least.
Yeah. Extra Melta and just full rerolls to hit against a target that has one of your friendly units within 12. Yeah, they definitely lost Oath in this army. There's not rerolls everywhere in this list at all. That's not what's happening here. Not at all.
Yep.
All right, I'll quit digressing. First up, the Captain in Gravis armor. It does have the enhancement for the Artificer armor, so it's going to have a 2-up save and a 5-up feel no pain, as well as the 2-up invuln it comes along with. So that's going to be a very nice and tanky character to have to try to remove. Great for secondaries. Love it.
Next up, we have Double Castellan. These guys paired with Marshals, which seem like the go-to combination. At the beginning of the fight phase, you have them take a leadership check, not a battle shock. So even if they fail it, they are not battle shocked. It's just a leadership check. If they pass it, full rerolls to hit. If they fail it, it's reroll once.
Yeah, still very good, even with just reroll ones. But that combo between reroll hits and crit 5s with lethal hit weapons in those sword bros, that does sound like another just super efficient unit here in Black Templars.
Yeah, crazy.
Wild. Okay. We got Grimaldus up next. He does just give out reroll hits to his unit, as well as some pick your own rules. Phil, you probably know these a little bit better by heart than I do.
Yeah, let me pull them up real quick because I don't know them by heart because I'm a dumb man. So Grimaldus gives out 3 different rules. You have to choose in the command phase. You get add 1 to Advance and Charge, add 1 to the toughness characteristic, or add 1 to the AP of melee weapons equipped by models in this unit. All of those are super effective, right? They have their time and place. And as well as if you can keep this unit alive for a little bit and be able to activate this multiple times, that is really nice. I do have some questions as to why Grimaldus is in here, but I can't wait to see Ben on Saturday, and we'll definitely ask him because once again, he's a fantastic player and he's doing it for a reason. So him and either assault intercessors, which is we'll see later on, could be the play in terms of where they go. Maybe there's matchups where you put them into sword bros. That is worthwhile too. But then Marshall and the Castellan don't necessarily do nearly as much in that unit of assault intercessors. So yeah, interesting. Definitely interesting. Next up is Emperor's Champion.
Emperor's Champion up next with the Honor Vehement. It is pretty interesting. This guy does have anti-character 5 up. This is probably going into some assault intercessors we see later on in the list that give reroll wound rolls on objectives. Just so you know, if he can hopefully catch some of Phil's Death Shroud Terminators with their Lord of Bullshit on an objective, he can easily just snipe that guy out and get rid of him real fast. And also can once per battle activate dev wounds for a phase, so that'll also help just kill that character dead, and Phil can be crying about it. And I think that's great. The Honor Vehement adds some extra strength and damage, I believe, to attacks, and maybe even AP, but I don't think so.
Okay. Next up is the Double Marshals. We already talked about them. They give 5-up crits for the unit. They're fantastic, and the reason they're so nice is because the Sword Brethren already have built-in lethals. So in terms of the army as a whole, having 5-up crit lethals makes them that much tougher, especially one of the vows is +1 to wound. So like +1 to wound, plus 5-up crits, plus full rerolls potentially from the Castellan is just, man, there's a lot of things that they love to go into. And even really tough targets because that +1 to wound, we've already talked about it with, Custodes. We've talked about it with, let's see, who else? Custodes, Gene Sealer Cults, a Bridgehead back in the day. Like all those things have been exceptional with +1 to wound, and it makes it so good. So no surprises here. It's effective.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely a great combo, and gonna be seeing, I think, that combo in almost every single competitive Black Templars list. Just because it does just seem like a staple. Sword Bros seem like the go-to melee unit for Black Templars as well. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of these guys as people play more and more Black Templars. Up next, going into the battle line units, there are 2 units of Assault Intercessors. We've already talked a little bit about the combo going for that. Going to be with the Champion and with Grimaldus, just giving them some reroll wound rolls, helping their efficiency a little bit there. And then also, Grimaldus will give them reroll hit rolls as well. So nice efficient units there, helping buff those characters a little bit for sure.
So looking at this, it was kind of strange to not see any regular intercessors to sticky his home, but this definitely is an aggro list. So Ben's not looking to stay too much in his deployment zone. He would probably be a lot more comfortable in yours. So yeah, I understand it. Nothing crazy there in terms of not seeing that unit, but it is a choice. Ben, once again, very good player, so he's doing it for a reason.
Yeah, it is definitely, as Black Templars like to do, get all up in your biscuits. So, and I'm sure he's going to do that to 6 individuals this weekend. So looking forward to that.
You first, and then I'll
first?
play him.
No. Yeah, likely if it's that order, likely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is good. Up next, we have the Impulsor. The kind of cool tech here, I'm guessing he's going to put the Champion in the Impulsor. It does have movement 8 when the rest of the infantry models have movement 6. So it can kind of be that lead unit and move out 8 inches. It's basically adding +2 to move to your unit. You can stay within coherency, but it does, as you go out and you do that, it does give some extra reach to a unit that it is within that vehicle. So I think that's probably where we'll see that, and just kind of an interesting, cool little tech piece that comes along with it.
Well, next up, pretty straightforward. He's got JPI in here. The one thing, if I was to give Ben any criticism on this list, there's a few other things that I'm like, man, it's a little weird. I like multiple packs of JPI. If I have the points to do it, I would like multiple packs of JPI to really trigger that repulsor rule for getting rerolls. I think it's quite strong, and JPI with the new vows, getting the +1 to wound, at toughness, whatever, toughness 4 equivalent or greater, getting +1 to wound means they're even more efficient. And I love efficient units. So JPI are definitely up there. And I would love to see more of them, honestly.
Yeah, I do think that is a really, really strong combination. We were talking before we started filming, maybe an Iron Storm list even. It's just got to be 3 JPIs and 3 repulsors. Like that combo where you're just, you get to turn 2 probably. You're not going to be throwing anything out that early, but turn 2, you're just like, all right, I'm going to advance these JPIs maybe, if they don't have a target they really need to go charge into. You're just going to yeet them and spread them out as wide as you can with their 12 inches of fly plus advance roll. And then you're like, all right, cool. Well, now all of your army is within 12 inches of this annoying little unit. And here's 3 repulsors to just have full rerolls to hit into your entire army. Who needs Oath anymore when you've got 90 points of JPIs to give it to you on everything within 12? Love that. I just, so good. But luckily it is not that day. We're not seeing triple repulsor Iron Storm this weekend, and I'm okay with that personally. It does make me feel like if Templars are doing pretty good, people are going to have to start bringing some Overwatch threats that can kill units of intercessors to try to prevent that combo, because man, is that annoying.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, next up we have the 2-man combo of Ballistus and Gladiator Lancer. I don't know if this is just because we don't have a third Repulsor Executioner, because not everyone is as degenerate as Colin K to have 6 of them. Like, maybe he only had the 3 or only had the 2, and Gladiator Lancer and Ballistus fill out the rest of it. But they're both great units. Ballistus lives on its own. It doesn't need anything else because it's got the built-in rerolls. And the Ballistus is fine as well. It's a great shooting platform. Maybe that's what holds our home in terms of poking around some of these line of sight blocking terrain. And there's value there in both of those units because they're still really, really good. But they're not repulsor executioners, and that is who is next up.
Yeah, and the thing is, how are you going to find time to kill either one of those last 2 kind of tanky units when you've got repulsors that you have to kill, right? Like, these 2 things, if you do not have enough resources to pick up repulsors and them, they peak for free because you literally can't waste shots at them while you have repulsors to bring down, and that's what's next. The 2 repulsors, the cream of the shooting crop in this list, in my opinion. They're gonna slap hard. You better pray for your 5-ups if you're a night player, because these are coming knocking.
Yeah, and they will just straight up kill you. They have so many shots, and they're so efficient into so many different targets. And now you give them guaranteed, pretty much, reroll hits. They're solid, and they're gonna be a problem, and they are mighty scary. But there's going to be some guys inside it potentially that are going to be even scarier.
Yeah, and we'll just scroll on down, and these might be the guys right here. Not the scouts, just to clarify. But the sword bros with their 2 homies leading the way. Very good combination. Gonna come out, gonna slap.
Yeah. No surprises here, especially given them advance and charge, right? They're going to run through walls. They're going to take these 2 characters. They're going to punch you in the mouth. They're potentially going to have +1 to wound. They're potentially going to have full rerolls to hit. They're going to have 5-up crits with lethals. Like, what are we doing? This unit is a little on the pricier side, right? Because we are paying for those 2 characters in addition. There is some concerns around, like, purge the foe, like assassinate, like no prisoners. That we have to be cognizant that is technically 3 separate units. Overwhelming force, even like if that unit's touching the objective, you're giving up the guaranteed 2 for overwhelm if that unit dies. So it is quite a bit, and you have to be definitely concerned and play properly. But once again, I don't mean to glaze him too much, but Ben Neals is a fantastic player, and he's doing that for a very specific reason. If you are going to be running into Black Templars, you will see Sword Brethren. If you're not seeing Sword Brethren, I can pretty much confidently say your opponent's wrong. I think they are wrong because Sword Brethren are so dang good.
Yeah, they might be a little pricey, but just having 5-up crit lethals, what are you bad into with full hit rerolls, right? Like, at that point, what are you not efficient into as you're attacking with +1 to wound as well for the ones that aren't lethal.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's a hyper efficient unit that is good as long as you're aware of those, small like tripping hazards almost of where you can slip and fall. You should be okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm super excited. Hopefully get a game into Ben.
Yeah.
Have my teeth kicked in. For the fun of it, and stuff, and learn from one of the best, especially here in this region. I am curious. I'd love to have a conversation with him and Colin about why is there not a 6 repulsor list that we could be running in the new Black Templars. I think that would be really great this year, but unfortunately they did make that impossible thanks to some locals around here. You know who you are. Yeah, but it's been super interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing more Black Templars. You're going to be trading your Death Guard in for them before long, so really
Probably.
curious to see the flavor you're bringing with old BT.
It's going to be Black Templars or Death Watch, and then my poor Gene Stealer Cult are just staring at me to play Final Day again, which I definitely will do. But I'm excited to play to get the new Black Templars on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to be super fun. I think their rules are very good. Some stuff is a little pricey, but they slap. They slap for the price. It's still
That they
good.
do.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think that's all. Phil, any final words of encouragement for those who might be playing here this weekend?
Yeah. I can't wait to see each and every one of you. I love playing at 40K Fight Club GTs. It's a 90-player event, which is awesome. And we have a bunch of guys coming around. So, like, all my teammates are going to be there. With the Wyoming guys that are coming down, like Lane, that I get to see, and then all my locals in the community. That's what I appreciate so much, right? Being able to get together 2 days, play some great 40K, and hopefully come out the other end with 6 great experiences and 6 new friends that I get to talk about 40K with. And hopefully we come out at the end and do well. We want to get a couple wins and we want to play some great opponents. And I will tell you right now, and I said it, Lane, you and I talked about it when we first started this channel. Denver 40K and this community and the region is a Shark Tank. I was going through the list of players at this tournament. It was like, oh, they could win this. They could win this. They could win this. And it's like probably 35, 40 players strong of just like, and that doesn't mean anything against those other players. It's just like that is the top, and then everyone else is still fantastic players. So you could get down, you could lose your first game, and you could still be playing into the top of the meta, guys that usually go out and dominate. But because how competitive this community is, there is not going to be an easy round. I'm 100% confident in that there's going to be no easy rounds. Everyone's going to be gunning for the top spot, and that's what I like to see. I like playing competitive 40K.
Yeah, I can't wait for this weekend. It's going to be a ton of fun. Can't wait to see y'all. I can't really say anything better than what Phil just did, so I'm not going to try. We'll see y'all this weekend. It's going to be a great time.
Is this going to be the weekend where Black Templar get their second ever GT win of Chapter Approved 2025-2026 and first event win of the new Codex?
Man, I'm betting no.
Betting
I think
no.
Ben will pilot this exceptionally. I think he has a great chance. But to piggyback off of what you just said, there are some exceptional players here. I think there is still a lot of Death Guard. I think there's still a lot of things that pick up these a little too easily, and it's no fault of Ben Neal or Black Templars. It's James Workshop's problem, all right? And it's your problem, Phil. You're the reason why, okay? You and your Death Guard friends out here, still just running around like you haven't done anything wrong in the last 3 months for some reason. But yeah, I will not be surprised if Ben wins, but I'm going to make the bet that it's a no. So
Okay, that's fair. I think perfectly fair. Okay, that should be it then.
Yeah, that's it. We can't wait to see all of you. Ben, if you watch this, we love you. We can't wait to see you. And in the meantime, y'all, don't forget, victory isn't given, it's forged. And it's forged right here on Mastercrafted. We'll see y'all next time.